Hello guys, welcome to episode number what I hope is 56. Hopefully I've corrected my little mistake that I made, and this is actually episode number 56. We have been offered a job in Slovenia. We are now the manager of NK Aluminij. Pretty quickly into a new job. We didn't have to resign from SJK. We just, waited about a month. I've waited. Aluminij are currently sat bottom of the top division in Slovenia. They sacked the manager. We applied a week later. We've got the job. So no resignation this time round. No waiting 9-10 months for a job. Fantastic situation to be in. We're straight back in to our 7th nation, having ticked the 6 off already, which is fantastic. We're making really, really good progress for in our 33 nations. 6 down, which leaves us with 27 to go. So we are getting there very, very slowly. But we now are the manager of Aluminij, if I'm pronouncing it right. It's a move which is to spark plenty of heated debate as Dean Talentai has left SJK to join Aluminij. Talentai arrives with a record of 392 wins, 74 draws and 121 defeats, which I believe is 66%. We've got a 66% win rate. He's also won 9 league titles and 10 cups, so we're 19 total titles. Talentai will face pressure to bring immediate success to Sportny Park Aluminij, having stepped up from his previous standing to take sole charge. He will need to hit the ground running if he's to win over those who believe his appointment is a questionable decision. Damir Puko was considered to be the favourite for the job, but it's unclear whether the club favoured Talentai all along. Well, I was actually the favourite for the job. So SJK will be looking for a new manager, but Talentai 53 has accumulated 16 years of experience with the likes of SJK, Bohemian. Still use a 4-4-2, which I don't. Talentai lifted the Finnish Premier League with SJK in October, and his appointment could be considered quite the coup for Aluminij's standing. We currently lie in 9th place, so we're not actually bottom, we're 9th, but it is still the relegation zone. They were bottom when I did apply for the job. Aluminij have lost 3 of the last 5 games in the league. We've also lost 3 of the last 5 matches. So we've got some work to do around the club. Media prediction is to finish bottom. Now, I have had a quick look on Wikipedia for them, and they are currently in the 2nd division in real life in 2023. They're a bit of a yo-yo team. They did have an extended spell in the 1st division, but then finished bottom in the previous season. So a little bit of a yo-yo team. We've only got a 600 capacity stadium. Not a lot of transfer budget. Not a lot of wage budget. The wage budget is about a third of what we were at SJK. So it is a step backwards in terms of our career, in terms of club. But we are obviously looking to tick all the nations off. So here we are at Aluminij. Now, I haven't had a look around the squad, anything like that. Our top goal scorer is it's gone. It's Piric. He doesn't look very good, and he's 30 years old. He's got 5 goals in 20 games. So it doesn't look very good. Like I say, there's obviously going to be some work to do. We are going to have a look around the squad, but for this season, the board want us to avoid relegation from the 1st division and reach the Slovenian Cup proper, which implies to me that we have some qualification games in the Slovenian Cup. Obviously, defensively solid and direct football, which is not what we play. We play a nice counter-attacking game of football, and we're not very defensively solid. We never have been. In terms of the club itself, though, they, like I say, they are currently in 9th in Slovenian 1st division. Only a point separates them from getting out of the relegation zone, so hopefully we can do something. We're a long way off the top 4. Maribor, like I've already said, the dominant team in Slovenia. But this season, obviously, the aim is to avoid relegation. Hopefully, we can do that. We can get this team propelled up the league and, avoid relegation, make a real go of things next season. Yuri Turichnik. Now, again, apologies. I'm not going to be able to pronounce any of the names. He looks like a fairly decent player at 26 years old. So we've got a decent centre-half there, although he doesn't enjoy big matches. He's been here his entire career. Now, I did have a quick look at league rules, and you'd be pleased to know that there's not too many. no more than 3 non-EU players in the match day squad, which is great. That means I can sign pretty much whoever I want. European Union's quite a large place. Players under 17 are not allowed to play though, so that's obviously no youngsters in the squad. But nations treated as EU are all European trade nations and all European Union nations, trade association nations. There's quite a few of them, so we do have, a lot of choices in terms of players. Youth intake. Oh, look at that! Straight away, we've got an excellent intake for the youth preview, which is great. Season expectations are we'll go avoid relegation. That gives us a little bit more wage budget. I don't know when the transfer budget windows are. I'll do the tactic in a minute, but obviously we don't want to make the press. Now our first match is in 24 days' time, so it's going to give me a little bit of time, although these appear to have a winter break. They do. They have January off in the league. So I've got some friendlies, so that'll give me a chance to get myself familiarised with the squad. But you can see they've been on a pretty dreadful run of form in the league. They've picked up 3 wins all season. But most recently they did beat the team who are bottom of the league to get themselves off the bottom, which is great. Next game in the league is against the team above us, so we could be moving out the relegation zone pretty quickly if we can beat Tabor Sezanza or Sezanna. Yeah, names are going to be difficult for me again. In terms of players at the squad, the club, Turnic is considered the best player at the club. We've got Ahmet Pericic on loan from Šibenik. He's Croatian. He looks fairly solid as a right back. He's the next best player. Begic, central left defender, again looks okay. Like I say, I'll have to have a look and see how many players I can bring in. We do have a lot of players out of the squad though, and I'm noticing that our best goalkeeper is ranked all the way down here in terms of players at the club, in terms of ability, and he's actually on loan from Spezia in Italy. So some improvements to be made. Like I say, I'm going to have a look around the club. I'm going to obviously see when the transfer window is. We are, as you can see, in debt, which again doesn't help. But we'll have a look round. We'll see what we can bring in. We've got a little bit of wage budget to play with. And I'll come back and we'll take on that first game against Tabor Cezana. And hopefully we can pick up a win. So I'll catch up with you guys in just a minute. Hello guys, welcome back to the second part of today's episode, where we are now the manager of Aluminij in Slovenia. I don't know if I'm saying the name right, so apologies if I can. Just wanted to give you a quick overview of how things have been going for us. We're 19 games into a 36-game season. We've scored 14 goals in those 19 games, which is the worst in the league. We've also conceded the most in the league, which is not great. Obviously, we do concede a lot of goals anyway. With our tactic, it's all about the goal scoring. We have made a couple of signings. There's been a couple of players go out as well. We've got the finances down to just the 50k in debt, so it's a step in the right direction. In terms of the players we've brought in, we've made 5 signings in total. Now, one thing that I didn't realise when I had a look over the squad is that Spezia are actually one of our, and in fact they're our only senior affiliates. So we have brought in another player from Spezia. It also explains why we've got so many players in on loan from Spezia. But the first player I brought in was Ildner Colombo. He is a Brazilian. Of course, we're going back to the young Brazilians, but he's a deep line playmaker who can defend, which is very, very good. He is inconsistent though, but he was free. He's on £550 a week. It's a start. It's a building block. His physicals aren't great. His mentals are okay. His technicals for his position are okay, but it's a start, like I say. Next in was Charles Maloya from Bullets FC. Again, another free transfer, £550 a week. Central defender. Inconsistent again. Okay physicals, okay mentals, and sort of okay technicals for the position he plays in. Again, it's a starting point. It's a building block. Next in was another Brazilian in Peter or Peta. I don't know how it's going to be pronounced in Portuguese. Now, he is a new striker. He is another one who came in on a free, I believe. Indeed he did. On £400 a week, so not massive amounts. He has got some great physicals. He's got some okay mentals. He's got some okay technicals again for that advanced forward position. And I'm hoping that he can bag us a few goals in the coming games just to try and stave off relegation, basically. Next in was Massimiliano Panizzi. He is a centre-half. He's one of the ones who's coming on loan from Spezia. 20 years old. We're not paying any of his wages. Some immense physicals. He's got some really, really good mentals as well. Technicals are okay. They're not great, but they're okay for a centre-half. Again, building blocks. You know, we're in that stage of building blocks. And we brought in a reserve goalkeeper in Nicolo Zovko. If we compare him to the starting goalkeeper, the guy we've got in on loan from Spezia, they're very similar. Zovko is less eccentric, which is good. Cinelli is better in the air, better communication, better physically. So there's a toss-up between who is the best goalkeeper at the club there. My assistant thinks it's Cinelli. But we'll see. We will see. In terms of the outs, we've sold some players. We've sold quite a few, actually. We sold Salibic to Triglav for 28k, Maya to Mura for 28k. The big one was Hren to Copper. Now, he was a striker. He was fairly decent-ish. But I've reduced him off the wage budget and I've got £375,000 for him, which is where the majority of the debt has gone to, basically. And then most recently, Robert Lutar has gone out to Triglav for 20k. So we've reduced the wage budget. We've reduced the debt at the club as well, which is great. We're actually in profit for this season overall, and it's a point to start from at this very small club. Now, one thing I did want to show you guys is the predicted league odds. We're 701. We are by far and away the worst team in this division, and we were 701 before I made any signings, so I haven't improved anything really with the signings that I made, but we are by far and away the worst team in this division. Obviously, Gorcia, who are below us in the league, are predicted to finish a long way ahead of us. But today's opponents are Tabor Sejana. I don't know how to speak Slovenian, so real apologies, guys. But a win today would take us out of the relegation zone, which is obviously the aim this season, is avoid relegation. So in terms of the lineup that we're going to go for our first game in charge at Aluminij is this. It's going to be Cinelli in goal. Pericic is going to play as the right back. He is fairly decent. Contract does expire at the end of the season though, so we may have to look to renew that. It's going to be Maloya as one of the starting centre-halves alongside Panizzi. Hopefully they can build a good partnership together. At the left-back is going to be Begic. There's no enunciation over the top of C, so I believe it's just a hard C, like a Begic. He's going to be the starting left-back. Again, okay, he's okay. Midfield is Colombo. He's going to make a start at that deep-line playmaker on defence, alongside Zismund, who in the 3 friendlies that I've played so far has done very, very well as the 18-year-old Slovenian. He's got some okay attributes for his position again. On the wings, we've got Marvic on the right-hand side. He's left-footed, so he suits that inverted winger position very, very well. 25-year-old Bosnian. Again, okay. He's got some good dribbling, some good crossing. For his position, he's actually got some good attributes other than his long shots, which does let him down just a little bit. On the other side is Matic. He again he's left-footed, but he can use his right. Doesn't enjoy big matches, which is a concern. But as an inverted winger on the right-hand side, the left-hand side, again, he's got some good attributes. He can also play on the left-hand side. So yeah, again, looking forward to see what he can do. Up top, it's going to be Perk. That's the 30-year-old Slovenian who wants to leave the club. He's the top scorer at the club with 4 goals in his 19 games. And then starting alongside him is going to be Peter, who, like I say, the Brazilian, I'm hoping that he can hit the ground running. So that is the lineup that we're going to start with for today. We'll just get rid of these extra substitutions that we've got. Hopefully we can pick up a result. We've got squad numbers to decide, the new players that we've brought in. I don't know what I'm expecting really. Am I expecting us to win? Maybe, we'll see. a win would be nice to get out of this relegation zone, because I do know that my next match is against Mura, who are currently top of the table. So not expecting anything there. I just need to build on this season, keep us up, and hopefully we can improve next season. Again, I don't want to be stuck in a nation for too long, but the stature of the team that we've picked up here in Aluminij is quite poor, and as you've seen, we are predicted to finish a long way at the bottom. But Tabor Sejanza on the attack straight away. It's a shocking piece of goalkeeping from Cinelli in goal, and it's a great finish by the Tabor Sejanza forward, whose name I can't pronounce, Kukoc Petrelo, but shocking goalkeeping. That is one area that I do need to strengthen. That is appalling. I could have saved that. I really could have saved that. That's not the best start to the game. Not the best start to the game to have conceded inside the 3rd minute. We need to give the boys a little bit of a shout. Of course, it is going to take them a little bit of time to get used to the tactic, the way we play. Bed some of the new players in as well. As now Zismund with the ball finds Panizzi. He's got Begic outside of him, forward towards Perk. Now Matic looking to feed Peter, who's in. Can he score on his debut? He can, but it's going to be offside. I can see the linesman in the top of the screen there. It was a good finish by Peter. Do we have VAR in this league? We do have VAR in this league. Is it going to stand? No, it's disallowed. Wow, we've got VAR in Slovenia. It's a good ball forward, and yes, you can clearly see at the top of the screen there that Peter is offside. But encouraging signs there. We've got ourselves into the position where we could level the game. Kovacic with the goal kick. I think it said Kovacic. Good header by Pericic. Now Perk, his own player gets in his way, but Perk's still got the ball. Has he got any support? He has. He comes back to Panizzi, the Italian, looking over the top towards Matic. He's inside the area. Can he put it across? He can. It's hacked clear though by the defender, but Matic gets a second opportunity. Surely that's going to deflect out for a corner. No, Rodic clears it. Matic with a 3rd attempt to get the ball into the box, but Tabor Sejanza do manage to get the ball out in the end, and now it's the goal scorer. It finds Stojanovic on the left-hand side, who's gone long. Maloya cuts that out though. Back forward by Colombo into our right winger, whose name I haven't quite got yet, Mavric. And it was a decent header by Matic, but it has just gone over the bar. Apologies again for the names, guys. It takes me a little while to get used to saying them, these foreign ones that I'm not used to saying. So apologies. Colombo cuts that out though. Finds Panizzi to Maloya into Colombo again. Finds Mavric. He's got Pericic outside of him. Advancing down this right-hand side. No, he's forced back inside. He's tackled though by the goal scorer, but Pericic does really well to get that back. Now he finds Mavric down the right-hand side. Can he get the ball across? On his weaker right foot, it's a poor cross, and it's easily cleared. Now it's Rodic looking to get Tabor Sejanza away, but Pericic again gets back at his man. And again, Pericic is having a fantastic defensive game here, but he can't quite get hold of the ball. Now Nardi's in. Is it going to be ruled offside? We're going to have a VAR decision again. It was a good finish by Nardi. Cinelli beating at his near post, hasn't exactly covered himself in glory there. I think this is going to stand. I think it has stood. It didn't tell us, but I think it has stood. Pericic did really well to hold his man up, just couldn't quite get there in the end. I think quite clearly that Nardi is onside there, unfortunately for us, and we find ourselves 2-0 down, but Pericic looking to get us back in it now. Peter, Pericic, Colombo, back to Maloya, Zismund, back to Pericic on the right-hand side. Can he get the ball across? It's a deep cross towards Matic. Matic gets his head on the ball again, but again he's headed it over the bar. We just need to get into half-time now. We have been the better team here. They've had the 2 shots on target and they've scored both of them, which just tells you how poor Cinelli is in goal. We may look to bring Zovko in as the starting keeper of Cinelli continues this little is poor form. You don't concede, you're only 2 shots against you. Cinelli now with the ball, the aforementioned poor goalkeeper finds Pericic. Weighs up his options. Colombo, Maloya. He's got Zismund. Zismund looking long over the top towards Peter. Peter's going to get in the end of this. He's inside the area, brings it down nicely. Can he pull it across? He can. It's towards Matic. Matic this time does get his header on target, but it's comfortable for Kovacevic. however you pronounce it. Peter gets the ball back again. Colombo, he's got Perisic outside of him. Perisic feeds the ball forward towards Mavric. This is an opportunity, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. It's a poor effort, but it's a good save by the goalkeeper regardless. And Begic picks the ball up. And football manager says, no, you've had enough. We're going to have a shout at the boys because we are dominating this game. We're just not getting the results that we need. Perk, the top scorer, is not having the best of games. I don't know who I've got as a backup. I've got Thomas Petric. Hopefully he can come in and make an immediate impact, as Perisic does really well again at that right back position. But Kazufi Perisic cuts it out. Perisic is having a hell of a game. His rating's not really reflecting that, but he's done really well for me. And now Zismund looking for Mavric inside the area. He gets the ball across towards Peter. There is his debut goal for the young Brazilian. Great build-up in that. And with 68 minutes on the clock, we find ourselves just the one goal behind. Perk does really well to win this header. Zismund with the ball forward to Mavric, who gets the ball across to Peter, and it's just a tap in for the young Brazilian. And we're back in the game. We're going to continue with that sub. We're going to get Petric on for Perk, but just the one goal now, and Perisic has the chance to do something here on the right hand side with a throw and finds Colombo inside to Mavric, inside the area again on his stronger left foot, and Petric has put the ball in the back of the net. He's only been on the field about 5 minutes. We're going to get another VAR decision. Hopefully this one goes in our favour. I think it has. We haven't had the decision, but it's Mavric again inside the area. I think this was a shot. Petric is clearly onside. I don't even know what the VAR was for there, but Petric has levelled the game for Aluminij here, and it's no more than we deserve if you have a look at the XG. But that's fantastic. Can we go and grab a winner? That would be even better. And we've got the chance to now with Petric to Mavric, Colombo, Malaya looking over the top towards Petric again. It's cut out by the defender though, and they do manage to get the ball clear, but Perisic wins the ball back again. Mavric driving forward. He's towards the penalty area. It's Peter. Zismund over the top towards Matic, who is having a poor game, by the way. I'm going to look to bring Matic off in a minute. Zismund can't quite get that ball under control, and now Nardi's got it. Back to Lazar, but that's easy for Panizzi. Looking over the top towards Petric again. It's cut out though. Now it's Stojanovic. Peter does really, really well to get the ball back now though. Into the final 3 minutes of the game. Perisic with the ball. It's Colombo feeding Peter inside the area. Peter with the effort. Oh, the goalkeeper saved it. That looked like a surefire goal. Have I got time to get a quick substitution and take Jan Matic off? I do. It's going to be Mavric coming on. So we've got two Mavrics on either wing now. That's going to be confusing, isn't it? But we're into stoppage time. Disappointed not to get the win there. Really, really disappointed not to get the win. We have absolutely dominated that game. They've had 3 shots on target all game, and 2 of them have gone in. So Chanelli hasn't exactly covered himself in glory there. But I think we deserved the win. We really did deserve the win. And I'm quite disappointed that we haven't won and got ourselves out of that relegation zone. But still, we've started our reign here as Aluminij manager with a draw. So we're undefeated, which is great. Like I say, we've got Mura next game. Just look at that. Look at that. We dominated the game. And I'm really, really disappointed not to win. Like I say, it is, I believe, a 36-game season here. 30. Yes, it is. We play each team 4 times. So 36 games. So I've got 16 left. What I'm going to do this season, though, guys, is I'm going to come back for the last day of the season. I'm not going to split this season into its thirds like I normally do. Obviously, we're not here for the full season. We're just here to try and avoid relegation. So I'm going to come back for the last game of the season. Hopefully, we have avoided that said relegation, and we can look to build next season where we'll get back into the swing of things properly with the third of the seasons. But guys, thank you for watching. Welcome to Slovenia, our 7th nation on our journey. Please remember to hit that thumbs up button and hit that like button. As always, it does help me out. And I'll catch you all in the next episode where hopefully we're still a Slovenian First League side. Cheers, guys.